everyone, Josh here with Texas, bringing y'all another First Impressions, and today we have DanMachi Battle Chronicle. Now, this game just released a few hours ago. I meant to get this video out a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. Here we are now. So we're going to go over some of the UI, some of the different things that you can do within the game, and then we'll show some actual gameplay, and then we'll finish things off at the end with 1 or 2 multi-summons. And I'll give my grade out of 10, as I always do. Let me know what your grade is for the game based on today's video in the comment section below, as always. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, I want to kind of talk about something right out of the gate. This game does have a paid-only banner. I do not like those at all. Those are usually a massive red flag for me. I'm not a big fan. I don't know why that's even a thing. We'll go down here to the guys real quick just to kind of show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. So we have right now 1 per account. You are adventurer guaranteed. Draw 10 times, going to take 2,800 gems. Paid only, and you're going to get yourself a 1,000 elf Lafia. There's also an assist gotcha as well for the guaranteed UR of Lilaruka. So I'm just not a big fan of those, because that means they're going to be doing those all the time. They're going to be, adding more of these types of banners down the road, and they're paid only. Free-to-plays have no chance to be able to take advantage of things like this at all, which is a little unfortunate. I'm just not a big fan of it. But we'll get back to the banners and stuff like that here in a bit. I just wanted to kind of talk about that right out of the gate, because I just felt like that was kind of a bad thing, a bad decision to make. Now, another thing that you might notice is this game's UI feels a bit dated. Like, this feels like a UI from several years ago. I do appreciate that there is voiceovers and stuff in this game. The animations and stuff, the battle sequences, they look okay, but we'll get to that when we get to the gameplay. But the UI, it's just not very good. It just feels very clunky. It feels very slow, and it just looks and, functions as something very dated. So I just want to kind of talk about that, because we do talk about every little detail that we can in these videos. So up here, starting off, we have your, your account information, essentially. So you have your character avatar that you can change out with either an adventurer or an assist. Yes, this game has adventurers and assist. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. We have your player name. Obviously, you have your player ID, your player rank, your total power, your total logins, your familia. You can do your self-introduction, etc., etc. So that is pretty much your profile, your account information. And then we have your notice, your gifts, your missions, your battle pass, your shop, your exchange shop. And then up here you have your chat. You can edit your home screen and some of the characters in the home screen as well. You have obviously your general settings for your player info, field guide information. You can check out your inventory, your settings, link account, enter codes like redeem codes if they have any, your gotcha history, your license label, community information, inquiries, help information, title screen if you want to go back to the title screen, and you can also look at the in-game credits. So that's pretty much how you get to all that. You can also use the full screen tab here to hide the in total UI on the home screen if you'd like to, especially if you're like trying to take maybe a screenshot or something to send to a friend or have for a wallpaper or whatever. So we have that, and then you have, of course, your stamina. You have your gems, which again are divided into free gems and paid gems. Unfortunately, you have your in-game gold currency as well. Over here we have the banner information, any events going on or anything like that. They'll have a little ticker here, a little just a little quick, just jump to it if you'd like. We have these beginner welcome missions. When you start the game here, we have that. We have a set of missions that you got to do, and there's requirements for, and you get all these free rewards. This is broken up into, I believe, 6 sections of these. So it's gonna be quite a bit there. Probably a lot of gems there to be had. Looks like 1,000 in total, it seems like, for your first completion. So that's very cool. Give you some more summons there. Obviously, this is a mixed gacha in a way, and I say that because not all of them are like that. Some of them are like specific to one thing or the other, but some are mixed. So it could be a little bit confusing if you don't actually pay attention when you're looking at the actual banner that you're going into. So definitely something to look forward to there, and something to pay attention to. Now we have the gacha down here. Obviously, we have your character panel, box, information, whatever. You have your familia. I'm not entirely sure what that is yet. I'm assuming that's like some kind of faction system where you can get additional stats or something for certain factions or faction-based units. Or maybe that's even a guild system. I'm not entirely sure. We've not unlocked that yet. So we might have to come back in another video if you like, for something more in depth when it comes to that. We have the upgrade for your units, obviously level them up, awaken them, limit break them, etc. We have the arena, which we have not unlocked yet, and then we have your quest, which is going to be where your most of your content is going to be happening. You got your training stage, you have your story quest, your daily quest, and then more things coming soon. We'll have to see what all they're going to plan to add at a later date. We're going to be getting in the gameplay here very soon, but before that, let's go into a little bit of the character progression system first. So, we have adventurers, which you can see we got SRs, SSRs, and then URs being the highest grade. Then you have assist heroes, which you can combine with the adventurers to give them additional bonus stats and provide additional skills that you can utilize on a certain cooldown. So if we go to our adventurer, for example, we just pulled our boy here. We got Bell, little rookie Bell, UR. You can check out his voice lines. You can look at his bond quest. You can give him gifts, all that good stuff and more. You can also look at the 2D view of it or the 3D view of it. So this could be very helpful for people like me, like content creators that are trying to get, like, you know, unique types of images to use or whatever, thumbnails. So I like it when games add that. You can also look at the information here. We can hide the UI. Very, very nice, right? And then go into details. And there we go. And now we're actually at, like, pretty much the character enhancement screen. So we have the stats. Obviously, you can look at the current value. You can look at the max value, level 60, fully limit broke, fully awakened. You can see, excuse me, see what their category is: human, SCF familia, they're male. You can look at the max base stats. You can look at the skill details. You can even see what the skill details look like when that's maxed as well. And obviously, everything's fully awakened. So you can go through here and kind of see the potential of your hero. So that's very, very cool. This also tells you what element the hero is up here in the top right above where it says CP1. That'll tell you the type of unit it is, like their, their actual class, and what their element is. Now in this game, the element system is a little bit weird because the light and dark, usually what's light and dark is just added within the other elements as being a type advantage or disadvantage instead of being, used separately, because it's not technically light and dark, even though they use those colors that are usually appropriate to those types of elements. So it's definitely a little bit different if you're not used to that in some other games. This game definitely does that. The level up, obviously we're going to go ahead and level up. We got these materials that we can farm up here. We're going to go ahead and level up real quick. You'll see that it uses the materials. It uses some gold. Boom, boom, boom. We're now at level 10. Now we need to limit break him to go any further. Limit break is down here. It's going to use its own set of materials as well. We also unlock new techniques, which is their skills. There you go. If we limit break him one more time, we'll actually unlock a battle item equipment slot, which is kind of like this game's gear system in a way. Then we have awakens. Obviously, if you have dupes of the unit, you can obviously awaken them and get their star to go up, giving them additional stats, which is, of course, always nice. And then we have the skill level upgrade system, which I do not have unlocked yet until we get to Monster Affiliate Episode 2. So that is pretty much more or less the actual, character progression system. And it's more or less the same for the assist heroes as well, the ones that you actually attach to the adventurers. So you get the idea. Now let's go into an actual quest and show some gameplay here and what the team comp setup looks like. Okay, so we're on Monster Affiliate right now. There is a normal mode, hard mode, and very hard mode of story stages, so there's plenty of content there. I suppose lots of rewards you can, of course, obtain over time. So let's go ahead, and you'll see here that we get, these are the available drops that we're going to get. First time clear, we're going to get 30 gems. Recommended attribute, all. And then here's the enemies that we will be facing. Unfortunately, we can't click to see the information of the enemies before battle. I am not a big fan of that. I like to be able to kind of see what I'm fighting. And if you look over here at the elemental, the elemental chart over here on the right side, you'll see that purple is stronger than blue, blue is over red, red is over green, green is over yellow, and yellow is over purple. So it's not your traditional red, green, blue, and then have yellow and purple be kind of strong and weak against each other. It's not like that in this game. So it'll take some getting used to if you're not, used to something like that. Some games do utilize something like that, but not all games. Like Dokkan Battle, for example, kind of utilizes something similar to that as a game that just kind of comes off the top of my head. Old game there, OG. So you see right here, you can run up to 3 units at a time, and every unit can have their own assist hero. And if you're running the same elemental color, the same attribute, if you will, as the actual units attached to, they actually get an attribute bonus plus 10%. So that's obviously not, the end-all be-all. You could run mixed colors as a support in adventure if it's the type of skill set that you want to utilize or team comp you want to utilize. That's perfectly fine. But, you do get that additional 10% attribute bonus if you are running the same element. Just to keep that in mind. You'll see down here, we actually have the battle items that we get here. That's kind of like, works like the gear. And then we even have scene cards that give you additional bonus stats and stuff like that. Whereas the assist heroes right here will give you additional skills and stats. So you look down here, right? For example, our first unit, we're running Novus Adventure Bell. That is the unit, right? And then he has his own skill set, yada, yada, yada. And then we have his assist, Goddess of Salvation Hestia, which gives us additional HP strength, intelligence, vitality, dexterity. And when we go to actual skills, so let's go back up here and do skill info. So this is the skills that Bell actually has, all at level 1, obviously right now. So he has his Rapid Blade, Rapid Spin, Lance Charge, which would be his special, his ultimate, whatever you want to call it. And then down here, you'll see here that on a 60-second cooldown, self-support technique, 10% recovery of max HP to self, which is basically the unit she's equipped to, which is Bell. So basically your assist can help your actual adventurer that they're equipped to out. And then you can obviously swap between all 3 of these units throughout the battle as needed. Now let's go ahead and get into actual battle real quick. Some actual gameplay. Now this is kind of set up like an ARPG hack and slash game. You just want to, mash, right? So we have your basic ability, which is down here. Now we have this set to auto. Not every stage will let you do auto. Mostly the training stages I've noticed so far, they will not let you do auto. At least initially, they want you to go through and kind of play it on manual. Now on auto, it will use everything. I don't believe it uses the dodge though, and if it does, it doesn't utilize it very well. That's the only thing that I've noticed being very poor on the actual auto, is the fact it's not wanting to use the dodge skill, which is over here, which we just used. Now, the assist hero, Hestia, is down here. You'll see that she's blinking. We can go and pop that, and we'll get some HP, right? We'll get some HP recovery, boom. And now we gotta wait 60 seconds to use her again. Now, what's really cool is you can utilize the strategies to kind of build up all your ultimates on all 3 of your units that you can swap to. And watch this. Like, we can go, boom. We can do ultimate there, and then boom, we can swap again. Boom. Ultimate again. And then we could swap back to our main character and then, use our ultimate again if we had it available. So you could really, utilize some really cool team combos depending on what type of team you're running and what their ultimates have. There's also some other situations where some of your other units may have like a really strong skill 1 that you want to utilize that has like some kind of like a debuff, like lower defense, raise attack for your other units, so you can swap to your other stronger DPSs and they're going to do more damage for a period of time. Or you have tank units, for example, that can go in and they can absorb a lot of damage, especially if you're in a big horde of units and you're getting hit pretty hard. You can have a tank go in there, absorb a lot of damage while your other units are building up their ultimates, and then even do what they call a knockdown or a knockback, where some of the tanks can actually use an ultimate or a skill 1 that can knock the actual boss or other units down for a period of time to where they can't do anything. They're kind of incapacitated, and then allow your DPS to then go in and start doing a ton of damage. There's also a shield-based system on some of the bosses too, where they'll put up a shield and you have to do a lot of damage in a short period of time to break them. And then when you break them, they're also incapacitated for a period of time, which you can also go in and utilize a lot of damage. So you want to be very careful of, your team synergy. Does your team all work well with each other? The 3 units you can run, the 3 assists you can use, what scene cards you're going to be applying, what battle items you're going to be applying to each individual unit, what your type advantage and disadvantages are between your team. Do you want to run a full mono team? Do you want to run a rainbow team? Etc., etc. So you could take what is more or less a very simple gameplay, a very simple battle system, and you can kind of evolve it a little bit and expand it and make it a little bit more intuitive. You can do a lot more things with it. You can be very creative with it. So we're going to do one more battle, just to kind of show you guys a little bit more bonus footage here with the gameplay. Okay. And I also like that you can run an SR of one unit, for example, and a UR of the same unit in the same team, which is very cool because they both share the same name, but they let them both be ran together because I guess it's because their full name, like the actual name of the actual character in game, isn't exactly the same. Perhaps, I'm not sure, because you see here our SR hero and our UR hero are the same character, but they're different versions of that character. So that is definitely some good information there. In case you were wondering, now you know. We're just going to go ahead and just let it kind of play out a little bit here. See, we can use the dodge. I'm just not sure why it doesn't want to use the dodge in there, but it is what it is. But like, we've got all these ultimates saved up now, so we can just keep swapping around and just do ultimate after ultimate after ultimate, which is kind of funny. But again, you're not going to always want to just use ultimate after ultimate after ultimate. You're going to want to, you know, utilize some of their basic skills and their skill 1s as well, and even, you know, kind of just get combos prepared in a way that's going to work and be beneficial to you in your success of clearing a particular stage. I still feel that maybe they could have taken the battle system a little bit further. I obviously personally would have preferred this to be more of a turn-based game, because I just feel turn-based games provide a lot better, you know, combat than a traditional hack and slash, just run around and just spam buttons all day. But I do appreciate that they added an auto system, because not all games like this actually have auto. It's usually, I would say most cases, it's full-on manual. You're going to have to run around and just smash that keyboard, smash your mouse, smash your phone, whatever. That's just kind of more or less what always usually happens. So I do appreciate that they did add an auto function to this game to allow you to have some more of a hands-off approach for some more of the more remedial things, repetitive things, especially, you know, smashing the base attack constantly. You don't have to do that now. Now you can put it on auto and still somewhat control a little bit of how you want the game to work, how you want to swap in and out characters, how you want to utilize the ultimates. You know, you can still use the dodge, or you can just let the game go full on auto if you don't care about dodging, and just let the game do its own thing. So there's like 3 layers to it, I guess you could say. You could have full manual, semi-manual, full auto. All right. So the fact that they do give you that option when playing a game like this is actually a thumbs up from me, because, you know, not all people want to sit there and just mash. They just don't want to do it. So now this game gives you the option to not have to do that as much or at all if you don't want to. If your team is set up in a way that it can kind of just overpower a stage, especially if it's like a stage that you're just trying to farm materials again and again and again, you won't have to worry about it. But overall, I do feel like the game is a bit dated to me. I can't really put this game in the same category of even games that aren't even out yet, like 7 Deadly Sins Origin. It just looks like it's just so much more expansive and more modern than this, for example. Obviously, I can't even put this in anywhere near the same category as a game like Genshin Impact in terms of quality of the units, the the UI, the things that you're able to do within the game. But there are a few things that this game did have to offer that I did like. Again, the auto system was nice. I do like that. They're definitely trying to build more of a, hey, you guys want to play an ARPG, a hack and slash, but keep it simple with the option to make it more intuitive if you choose. I think they kind of nailed that a little bit, right? Is this going to be better than the first DanMachi mobile game? Time will tell. We'll have to see. That game was more or less just an idle game when it came down to it. So we'll see if this one kind of falls into that same category, or if it actually offers a lot more intriguing content as the game goes on. The deeper you get into the story, the harder difficulties you get to. We're going to have to see how Arena plays out as well. But overall, my first impressions of this, my grade for this was probably going to be, I would say, somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7 out of 10. It didn't blow me away. It didn't do anything special. Things did feel a bit dated, and I do have a bit of a red flag with the fact that there is a paid gacha. I do not really like to see that in games these days. But I did tell you guys that I would do a summon or two at the end, so let's go ahead and do that before we get out of here. Okay, we're going to go down here to the regular gacha. We have enough, it looks like, for about 2 multis, so let's go ahead and do that. You also notice that paid gems also allow you to have a discounted a discounted single every day as well, which is also like, why are we still doing things like this? Oh, and the gacha details. Let's look at the gacha rates real quick. So the gacha rates are for assist plus adventurer 3%. So you have 3% there, 1.5% for adventurer, or 1.5% for assist. So there you guys and gals go. The gacha normal 10 draws. A scene card is 3% for a UR rate as well. So there you guys go. And then these are the individual rates for all the available units in the game. There's not very many URs actually. Actually, there just isn't very many URs. Oh no, I read that incorrectly. My apologies. I was just reading the adventurers. So there's a little bit more than I thought. So there's adventurers. Those are the URs. Those are the UR assists. And then those are the UR scene cards, which were kind of like memories in this game. Like if you have any kind of like games where you have memories or artifacts or anything like that to equip to a unit, that's kind of more or less what those scene cards remind me of. So anyways, let's go ahead and do a couple multis. So here's our first multi. Summoning animation is also pretty decent as well. I do like it. I like animated summoning animations. They always seem very nice. Obviously, this isn't on the level of like Dragon Ball Legends or Dokkan Battle. Those still, in my opinion, are like the kings of gacha when it comes to summoning animation. They put so much money, time, and energy into those animations. It's insane. But still, I was not expecting it to be this good. So that's a nice little plus to me as well. I do like summoning animation. It's decent. I am truly the height of beauty. Wouldn't you agree? So did we just pull a UR like straight out of the gate here? We did. Wow. So we pulled Ishtar, Queen of the Night. And she's barely wearing any clothes. Makes sense. Okay, we got an SSR here. SR. Another UR. Okay, and I believe that's a scene card. That might be my first scene card, or UR scene card at least, I believe. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, we pulled another UR. This is a UR either assist hero or adventurer. So we got a UR Cassandra. Okay. So we pulled 3 URs in that one multi. Pretty good. Pretty good. So yes, we pulled an assist. So the first hero was an assist. The second one was an adventurer. And then we also pulled a UR scene card. So we literally pulled one of everything. And again, this is a mixed gacha. So I know some of you are probably thinking, oh god, dude. There's a paid only banners. There's paid currency versus free currency. It's a mixed gacha. Oh boy. And I agree with you. We hopefully, collectively as a gacha community, we need to start moving more away from things like this. But it is what it is. That's why I kind of rated it 6.5 or 7, because it feels a bit dated in some of their practices here. Alright, so I'm gonna have to I need to really pay attention to all these different summoning animations to see what they actually mean. Because some of them could just tell you right off the bat you're getting a dud multi, or you're going to be getting something really good, or maybe you're going to be getting multiple URs like we just got. And I'm not going to lie, that was a pretty fire multi. Okay. This might be the cooldown. This might be the cooldown. Looking like it so far. Yeah, so that was our cooldown multi. Got a few dupes in there. So there you guys and gals have it. That is DanMachi Battle Chronicle first impressions. Let me know what you guys and gals think about the game so far based on what you saw here today and what you've maybe have seen playing it yourself already in the comment section below. I'm going to leave you all with that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tick notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below as always, and of course follow us on Twitter at XSmedia. Until next time, peace.